This lesson focuses on the IELTS reading question type summary completion questions. Let's take a close look at these. Okay, now here is an example. There's no text with this, just to give you a picture of what these questions look like. Later in the lesson, we will take a close look at an example question with a text that matches it. Okay, but this is just to give you a sense of what the question appears like on the test. Basically, you have a summary like this. Now, it will probably be a little longer than this one. This one's just an example. But what you have are blanks within the summary that you need to fill in with some words that are either provided to you or that you take from the text itself. Okay, so all of this text with the questions that you see is paraphrased. Okay, it is a paraphrased portion of the reading passage that you have for this set of questions. And again, your job is to fill in these blanks with words that fit well based on what you read in the text. Like other questions, this kind of question fits nicely or fits closely with others you've seen, for example, diagram questions or flowchart completion questions, because the directions and the types of questions you get are quite similar. The first type for summary completion questions are basic short answer question type that you've seen other places on IELTS reading. Here we've got the example of use no more than 2 words, okay? It could be 1 word, 3 words. You could have numbers that you have to use, okay? But this is just an example. This is a short answer question type. And as always, with this type, it will tell you if you need to take the words directly from the passage. Usually that's the case, and that means you don't make any changes to the words. You take them directly from the reading passage that you're reading to answer the questions. The second type is just like we've seen again on chart completion or diagram completion questions, and this is where they may give you a box with some answer choices, and these answer choices may be, and in fact they're likely to be paraphrases. Okay, so these are not usually words taken directly from the text. They are words that express a similar idea. They're paraphrases of words you find in the text. Okay, so these answer choices, it's a little easier sometimes because you've got a box full of choices you can choose from. But it can be tough to find the appropriate paraphrase since these words are not taken directly from the passage. Okay, let's take a look at some tips on how to approach this question type. The first thing you definitely need to do is to find the section of the reading passage that is summarized for these questions. Usually, the summary will only pertain to a small section of the reading passage, 1 or 2 paragraphs perhaps. So if you go and find that section quickly, you'll know where to look and what part of the reading passage is going to be summarized, including the answers that you need to find for the question. Okay, so after you found the place in the passage where your information is summarized, then you need to study the summary a little bit, okay? A first thing I recommend is to study the sentences that include blanks in order to try to figure out what kinds of words you can use to fill the blanks. Nouns, verbs, adjectives, etc. In a summary completion, the sentences will be complete sentences, right? So you're going to have a lot of grammatical information there to try to figure out what kind of word would fit well in that sentence to complete it, okay? So that's a first step I would recommend. If you can figure it out, then I recommend making a small note for yourself in your question booklet so you can remember what type of word you're searching for. Okay, the next step then, study the summary to understand the paraphrased ideas you must search for in the passage. Okay, so most of these summary paragraphs are not extremely long. Okay, so it's a good idea to read the summarized information carefully so that you have a really good understanding of the ideas you need to fill in to complete the sentences, okay? And then you want to do the exact same thing for the reading passage. Remember, since this is a short section of the passage, it can be very important to read that section carefully in order to get the correct answers, okay? So this is one question type where I really do recommend slowing down a little bit, finding the correct part of the passage that your answers will be found in, and reading that slowly and carefully in order to recognize the ideas that are the same in the reading passage and then paraphrased in the summary questions that you have. Okay, so let's practice this now. So in a second, I'm going to put up a set of questions for you that are summary completion questions. And I would invite you to use the strategies we just learned in order to try to complete the questions set that we have. And then, of course, we'll go through and provide answers and see how well you did and sort of understand how to approach the question. Okay? So I would invite you to pause your video once these questions are up. And then after you've answered them, we'll go ahead and go through the answers together. Okay, so go ahead and pause your video now. Okay, so let's take a look at these questions now to think through how to answer them. Okay, so hopefully you went through and read the summary and tried to figure out which ideas you needed to paraphrase, okay? But also, hopefully you went through and tried to figure out the grammar that would work, okay? This question type, obviously, you've got answer choices below to choose from. So maybe you can make some decisions about what types of words would work well. Okay, so for example, look at number 1. The sentence reads, for fiction for young adults, a relatively new form of literature, took form as teenagers were first considered A. Okay, here we've got a nice clue. A, the article. And look after the blank, we've got group. We've got a noun there. So we could have a very good guess that the answer choice for number 1 would be an adjective, right? Because we need something to describe the kind of group that it was. Okay, so as you're looking down here in the box, I would search for adjectives first to see if they work well as an answer choice for number 1. Okay, how about number 2? The genre differs from children's literature, which mainly offers blank to young children. Okay, well, you might know that offer is a transitive verb. That's a grammatical concept there. It can have an object afterwards, and objects are nouns. Okay, so to complete this little phrase here, we could say, which mainly offers what? Well, the answer is going to be a noun there. And so we could have a pretty good guess that the answer choice we need to fill in for number 2 is going to be a noun. How about for number 3? By contrast, literature for young adults aims to help them blank the world. Okay, well, there could be a couple of possibilities there, but what makes most sense is that this literature is going to help young adults do something. Okay, so that doing is indicates that it's probably a verb that we're looking for in this slot. Okay, so if I were trying to analyze this ahead of time, I would mark a little note here that I'm looking for a verb in this slot. And number 4 then, the last one, young readers learn to negotiate their own paths towards, well, towards is a preposition, towards something. We're looking for another noun for number 4, okay? Now, this is supposed to be something you do fairly quickly, all right? If you don't spend a lot of time analyzing questions in this way, this is something that if it's clear to you what should go there, you mark a note. It's supposed to help you work faster and more efficiently. If it's not the case, don't spend a long time analyzing the sentences. Do the next part, which is to try to determine which ideas are paraphrased for each of these questions, okay? So let's look at that now. Let's find the answers and think through what ideas they paraphrase from the passage. Starting with number 1. Okay, the answer for number 1 is C, distinct. C is an adjective, distinct is an adjective, and the meaning of distinct means unique or separate, right? Something different from something else. So the idea in this little section here of the summary is that young adults are considered distinct or different from children. And therefore, this idea is that teenagers at a certain time in history began to be viewed as a very separate or a very different group, different from children, different from adults. Okay, sort of an in-between group is what we get. Okay, and that idea comes from the passage where we have in section A, paragraph A, especially this part down here, where it says, after World War II, when the age group from 12 through 19 gained widespread acceptance as a discrete developmental stage. Well, tough words there. Discrete is a pretty good paraphrase of distinct, a pretty good synonym there. And the idea is that teenagers were considered a unique group at that time. Okay? That's the same idea that we get paraphrased in the passage when we include the word distinct from answer choice C. Okay, how about number 2 then? The genre differs from children's literature, which mainly offers what? Well, the answer is confirmation. Okay, offers confirmation. Remember, we said that it needs to be a noun there, and confirmation is a noun. Confirmation is a good synonym, and the sentence is a good paraphrase of this idea, taken from paragraph A. In contrast to children's literature, which reaffirms the child's place in the world, young adult literature helps adolescents to make sense of their world. Okay, so in contrast to children's literature reaffirms a child's place in the world. It gives a child a sense that they belong in the world, and reaffirm means something very close to confirm. Okay, it offers confirmation to a child that, hey, I belong here and I'm loved and I have a place in the world, all of those ideas, okay? So that was the idea taken from the passage, that adding confirmation to number 2 helps to paraphrase there. Okay, so that's why D is the correct answer for number 2. Moving on to number 3, by contrast, literature for young adults aims to help them what? Okay, well, the answer is A, understand. Help them understand the world. Okay, this idea came from that same sentence that we were just reading in the passage. It's just further on in the sentence, right? Young adult literature helps adolescents to make sense of their world. To make sense of something means to understand it. Okay, so this part in green down here, taken from the passage, is a direct paraphrase of the idea understand. Okay, remember that what we were looking for, we guessed, was a verb in this place. You may have been tempted by answer choice B here to shape their world. There's another verb, but it doesn't say literature does not help young adults shape the world. That's not the same idea that was taken from the passage. Instead, the literature allows young adults to understand things, to get a clear sense of their world. And that's what we get by using answer choice A there. Okay, so answer choice A recreates the same idea that is taken from the passage there.